African kings, they eat flesh, the flesh of their own people. The flesh of their own people is what they consume. They use them to make native charms, amulets, use them to as power, sacrifice them to idols, to deities, just to obtain, to secure powers. And they use them to gather armies so that as they go on conquest, they will become more rich, more wealthy. In fact, we know in history of kings who refuse to die on their throne and eat more flesh, use human sacrifice rituals to renew their years. Jesus didn't do that, and the British did not do that. Neither is the French. They didn't do it. Our own kings in Africa, the kings in Africa, they use babies, they use women, they use them to renew their lives. They don't want to die. If they see that their age is coming, they want to remain fresh and young. If you find out, you will see. They are just right in front of you. You just don't know it yet. They sold the people out as slaves, mind you. They sell them out as slaves. In fact, they became so used to the middleman of the Arabians. They were so used to the Arabians. You know, it's business. By the time the Europeans came and were buying from the Arabians and from some of the middlemen, they decided to bypass the Arabians and come to the western part, the coastal cities of Africa, refusing to go through the Arabians again. And it's normal in business. It's normal in business. And they decided to go to the sources. Since they feel very superior to the African man, they decided to go to the source. They have the resources, they have the manpower, they have every capacity to do so, to pull such ventures, such exploits. So why would they still be wasting their time and being dictated to by the Arabians, going through the desert that is very deadly and dangerous? So it is the kings here in Africa that were selling the people out as slaves. And most of them were vexed because the Arabians were cut off. They were cut off. They had to seek new people who can give them like new warlords instead of going to the kings directly. But there are kings that were notorious. We know of kings that were notorious from Uganda, the Kabakas there, to Kenya, to Tanzania, to Rwanda. Kings that were notorious, who deal directly in slave business, in the business of slavery, who trade directly in business. The kings of Lagos, the king of Benin. So then let us say that it's the Europeans or Christianity that brought in, or that was used as a tool or as a means of enslaving us. How? If the Europeans, as you want, most of us want to point out in history that they are colonialists, that they are tools. They use Bible, they use Christianity as religions to take us captives or to colonize us. Then what would you call this one? Like the king of Benin, the kings of Benin, who are doing human sacrifice, human rituals. If those ones could tell them like, what you are doing is not right. They don't do that in our country. How can you be using human beings, killing them and using them as sacrifice? Young women, virgins that have life, that are the happiness and joy of some families, children. The kings of Lagos, the kings of Dahomey, and lots of them go to Senegambia, go to Ghana, go to Wapa Volta, go there, go to all of those places, go to even Cape Town. If our own people, if you say that the Europeans use Christianity to colonize us, If they could tell one of our kings that stop doing human sacrifice, it is wrong, and they could kill that European for saying it is wrong to do human sacrifice, and that one want to stop them, then what are you talking about? What are you saying? Reason now. Reason. Look at it. If it is reasoning that you want us to do, then let's reason well. Let's reason like that. Look at the kings. They use their own people. They sell them as slaves, use them to make money. They use them as rituals to have power and have more soldiers, to have spiritual power so that they can be in charge of their domain. They use them as rituals. They use them, they kill them for ritual sacrifice to renew their own lives. They eat their flesh. Oh. And you are saying it's Christianity that brought those ones, or Christianity even brought light to stop it. Then what culture are you talking about? What colonialism are you talking about? What neocolonialism are you talking about? Till date, even in these modern times, these kings have not stopped doing these ritual killings. They've not stopped eating flesh. They've not stopped killing pregnant women. They've not stopped killing infants. Even where Christianity is. And no, I've never seen the pastor who took up his hand or his hand and say, arrest that king. No, not even government, no politicians have done it. Not at the federal level or provincial level or state level. No governor have been able to bring any native king or any native leader to justice, because they are doing the same thing. And nobody have questioned them. And you are now saying that Christianity brought in colonialism. How about the ones I've just made mention of? In fact, there is this king of Dahomey, according to history. I can't really remember his name and the time, the period. Guess what? Over 20 pregnant women. Over 20, more than 20 pregnant women. And more in his days. He used them and buried them alive. He dug a deep pit where he was to put his throne. Buried them alive. Pregnant women, over 20, more than 20 were buried alive. There. Go to that country, voodoo everywhere, cultism everywhere. And one of the most wretched and backward, undeveloped nation in this Africa. And you are saying is it Christianity that brought that? So if Christianity come to even stop them, is it not even better? Look, it happens everywhere. In the time of Egypt, the pharaohs, when Alexander would come in, the people of the land, the natives, the Egyptians, took him, welcomed him wholeheartedly. Do you know why? The kings were bloody tax masters, were totalitarians, authoritarians, dictators, killers, murderers, who are just pleasuring themselves, enjoying themselves at the expense of the people's lives and labor. At the expense of the people's lives and their labors. So when Alexander came with open arms, nobody resisted him. Nobody even fought against him. They just welcomed him. The same even when the Arabs took Egypt. Nobody detested, nobody competed with them. We are welcome, come and save us. So, if your own kings could be doing human sacrifice, your own rulers, your own politicians are shedding your own blood, swallowing their own people, using them as charms to get into power, to retain power, to maintain power, to be in power permanently, and to perpetuate their ideas, why are you now complaining? Where should we be looking to? Jesus brought light. Jesus didn't do any of those. Jesus didn't do any of those. If you call somebody a colonialist and he told you, he fought against you, your ancestors, to stop ritual killing, to stop human trafficking, to stop human sacrifice, to stop ritual killing, to stop human sacrifice, to stop human trafficking, to stop ritual killing. If you call that person, even though he's a diplomat, he's a politician, he's not a Christian, and you call him a colonialist, then what should we call those your leaders? What should we call them? Please give us names to call them. Are they not even more terrible than the colonialists? Are they not more terrible? Look at it. Since the day that the colonialists, they've left, we've called them many names, so imperialists, colonialists, these dictators, we've called them names. But since the day they left, what has changed? What has transformed? Have we stopped ritual killing? Have we stopped human trafficking? Have we stopped human sacrifice, shedding of innocent blood in this country, in our continent, on Africa? Have we shed? Have we stopped the shedding of those bloods? Have we stopped occultism? We even try to sell it to the public that is our culture. Our culture to do what? If those kings, if it were their own sons and their own daughters, at least we have it in the history of Yoruba, where a king's daughter was killed. I guess probably by accident, probably by plots of the courts, of the courtiers, of his councilmen. By their own secret society, the king could not contain it. He could not swallow it. But they do it to the average commoner. They do it to the average African man. Our own leaders, our own politicians, our kings. Since the day the Europeans left, the colonialists left, what has changed? What has transformed? What has been renewed? Go to all our roads. In fact, the roads that the white men built are even more stronger. Their technology, their train are even more stronger. They have quality. The system that they brought to lead us are still the system that we use. And we say we are lettered. Let us face the facts. Let us face the reality. Where does the problem of underdevelopment in Africa, where does it lie? Does it lie with the colonialists, or with Western or Eastern or Occidental or Oriental powers? Or if you like call them Mediterranean powers, whatsoever you like you call them. Does it lie with them? Does it reside in them? The source of our underdevelopment, underdevelopment and our problems, our challenges. Let us face the fact. Our problem, we are our own problem in Africa. Our leaders are our problems. From Cairo to Cape Town, from Freetown, go there. You will see where one tribe want to wipe out the other tribe. Is that colonialism? Is it neocolonialism? You will see, go to the sub-Saharan part of Africa, go to the Sahel, go to this, you will see one tribe order for market, want to wipe out the other tribes. Is it the European? Is it Christian? They even, without fear, they even go to churches, go to mosque. Please, who sent them? In whose name? Is it in the name of the God that they serve? Is it their deity or their idols? Is it the God that they serve that is sending them such an errand? Let us face the facts. Let us not shy away from the realities. We all came together, joined together, marched together by these Europeans to form one country or the other. But they didn't put a gun to our head that we must remain together if things are not working for us. Everybody is free to go their separate way. We all have free will. It's not by force to live together. We've seen the one that God said should not be separated, and people have broken that rule. According to us as Christians in the Bible, that you should not divorce. Jesus said, no divorce. People have divorced. If a family which constitutes and complements a society can be divided, can be dissolved, then why would a nation that cannot cope with itself or cannot live with the other people, why don't they just stay on their own? In whose name are you shedding blood? Are you taking lands and stealing and killing, pulling out unborn babies, fetus out of women, cutting them out, raping them, marrying underage girls, seizing them as like a property or spoils of war, as properties and spoils of war? In whose name, in whose authority, for the passion of who, and in the zeal of who or for what? For whose zeal or zest are you pursuing those? Let's be real. Let's face the facts. From history and from time immemorial, we would see it has never been working. It has not been working. It has not been working. A Zimbabwean pastor once told me in this very year of how young black gangs, African gangs in South Africa, in Cape Town, went to another African who is a store owner, the owner of a shop, of a store nearby, and demanded that the son, they didn't meet the man there, the owner there, demanded that the person they met, the son of the owner, should give them some money for protection. Probably as that one was delaying and couldn't give them without the approval of his father, they shot him and killed him, took whatsoever they would take, a little, and left. After such damage, the man, the owner of the store, found his son dead and was mourning. Went to report to the police station at Cape Town. The police there, being basically a majority of white, decided that they cannot take up that case, that he should go to a very nearby, in the order of protocol, a very nearby station. And this station is filled with African officers. Knowing fully well that if they should take it up, the police station in Cape Town, if they should take it up, the whole world, especially in Africa and in America, in the United States of America, will tag it as racism, white oppression. But nobody is looking down, nobody is narrowing down, nobody has a tunnel vision to see that how. What about the black officers that are there, the African officers